My name is Ato Annan. I am an artist, a curator, and one of the co-directors of the Foundation for Contemporary Art, a network of artists based in Accra, Ghana. My practice itself is an interest in the expanded notion of archive and looking at the entangled layers between the present and the past, and how that mediates the power structures that we have now and the conditions that we find ourselves in now. So this is not my first time, actually my second, and it's as a result of previous engagement and conversations that brought me back, or us back, the second time. I think that when you look at Doha and you look at Qatar, there's that intentionality towards using art and culture as a tool for something, So there's a conscious construction of things, whether it's a museum, the various art spaces, and now looking at bringing even Art Basel into Doha, and hopefully becomes, or they are looking at it becoming a longer project or longer part, a part of the ecosystem of Doha and Qatar itself. And so, yes, for me, that intentionality is what strikes you once you get into the space. And looking at the ARAK Collection, for me, what stands out is the dedication to collecting from a very specific region, dedication to collecting and supporting, artists from a very specific place. And when you look at that dedication, in it is also, developing the knowledge around who these artists are, people getting to know who these artists are, and that comes through the publication and writing that is coming from the collection, from commissioning writers and scholars to look at the works and have conversation with the artists. And so for me, these are very important and key issues to look at. The works that are being shown in Liwan, we have 12 artists, 4 from the ARAK Collection, 8 from Ghana. And we began the road that led us here started about a year ago upon invitation to this space. And then also having the idea the Art Basel is coming, it gave us the opportunity to kind of play within and outside as well. So we are not part of Art Basel, but we happen to be shown on their program. And ours was to kind of bring to the center the conversation around what the attitudes and concerns of contemporary art being produced or being created in our part of the world, in specifically whether it's Ghana, it's in Uganda or Namibia, and what is informing those attitudes, what is informing those works. And I think that largely it was also for us to be in charge of that mediation, and not through any other lens. So we took charge of bringing that conversation to the fore here as co-curators, as artists, but also having a certain Pan-African twist to it, so that through this exhibition, artists in Nairobi, artists in Namibia, in conversation with artists in Ghana or Accra specifically. And also, if you think of exhibitions as not just display of objects, it becomes a vehicle through which ideas can move, through which relationships can be formed. And so then that is a good opportunity to be here and also sit in conversation with a certain pan-African as well as Afro-Asian solidarity in that conversation. What do I take from here? I think that it stands out, like I said earlier, that intentionality of using culture, as using art as some kind of tool for something. I think that that's something that, you know, I take from here. It's about how aggressively, how intentionally that is going on. And I think it's something that other places can learn from it.